Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm glad to see you.
Glad
I'm
to see you.
very glad to see you. I am I am okay. I am burned out.
Okay.
And so here, what I know that you had responded, you saw that I had posted something in the
Mhm.
Facebook group a couple weeks ago. Let me start with the good news.
Okay.
So the good news is I started your program, what, 3 years ago?
Mhm.
And it's been amazing. I mean, it's really my combination of grit, good advice, hard work and luck. Like I've had a full practice. Like
Amazing.
I've made for past 3 years $200,000 a year,
I love it.
which given my anxiety level,
Mhm.
it's like, and so the towards the end of 2024, it was a good sign when someone said to me, "Oh, I have to, I'm gonna go to someone else." And it wasn't a great fit. And I was happy. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I have crossed some sort of line where when someone leaves, and I'm like happy and
Mhm.
trusting and just really thinking, okay, 2025 is gonna be my year of better boundaries, looking at my schedule, making it work for me a little bit better, and feeling good. And then because I live in the Washington, D.C. area, it has been bad. It has
Yeah.
been, I mean, I would say a quarter of my clients have either already been terminated or will. Reality check, no one only one person has just quit outright. I'm trying to keep it in perspective and, like, not preemptively say, "Oh, do you need a lower fee?" I'm just gonna wait. But what I was wanting from today, so, okay, what have I done so far? I've, reached back out to Simplified SEO,
Mhm.
to do like a one-off session. And what I'm actually, because again, like I don't have tons of money to spend on this, I'm gonna work with their local SEO person
Mhm.
because I moved my office about a year and a half ago, and getting verified on Google My Business is
Mm.
driving me there. You do the video. I don't know if you've done this or heard from people.
Mhm. I've heard from people that it's a bear.
And they never, so anyways, I'm just gonna pay them for 6 months to help boost my local SEO.
Mhm.
I talked to Jennifer Rollin, who,
Mhm. She's great.
she's local, so she said that would be good. What I wanted to get a sense from you, 2 things, if so the niche thing has been really interesting. So, I'm still using the same website I set up for you. I can even share. And it's interesting. I do get people who fit my niche, and I get people who don't, which is great,
Mhm.
actually, which is because I don't want everyone, but I do think it's gotten me some. I wonder if I should somehow tailor it. Like when Jennifer looked at my website, and I said, psychotherapy for high achieving, people pleasing, for anxious, people pleasing perfectionists, something like that.
Mhm.
And she wondered if I should make a switch to like burnout, that someone might not identify as a perfectionist per se. And
Mhm.
I was curious to think about like tweaks to make sure people are coming in also knowing I'm a little burned out myself, just
Mhm.
what I'm dealing with, just I mean my own anxiety. I met with my financial person. I will be okay. I will be
Yeah.
okay. But I don't have like tons of like I did 3 years ago. Like, yes, I'll write all the blog posts, but like knowing that I have to spend some energy, I'd be curious for your thoughts.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I'll give you kind of an anecdotal
Yeah.
story. So we tried marketing pretty hard to burnout because so many therapists are burned out right now.
Yes.
And so it's for our program, Limitless Practice, which is for full people who are needing to
Yes.
make some changes. Some of them are
Yeah.
having a slowdown right now, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're going back and forth trying different ways to market to see what brings us the most ideal clients.
Uh-huh.
We got a lot of people signed up for like inquiry calls, like wanting to talk through whether or not it's a good fit when we talk about burnout.
Yeah.
But we get very few people actually take action
Because
because
they're burned out.
they're burned out. Exactly. It's like, where am I going to like pull this extra energy and time from?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would put that out there, especially given how burned out so many people in DC are right now. Um, it's just like such an emotionally exhausting experience for anybody who works for the federal government and anyone who knows anyone and loves anyone who works for the federal government. I don't know if burnout is going to bring in people who are like, I need the help now.
Yeah. Yes. That's such a good point. Yeah.
People flirting with burnout, maybe, in which case you might not want to use the word burnout because most of us don't acknowledge that we're burned out until we've hit the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hands up. I'm there too.
Or vitamin B12.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I might like if what you've been doing has been working for years, I might like your path of working with simplified SEO consulting. Like I think that's smart.
Yeah,
That's
just
something
get
that
my
helped
new
before.
office line. I mean, considering you had mentioned group, my current space isn't fantastic for group. I just clinically someday would love to run a group.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are right now doing low fee groups for
Mhm.
fired federal workers.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure that I'm there yet.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about I don't get a lot of Psychology Today hits. You
Mhm.
know, I use the person that you all who what it's been 3 years, so I can't, you
Mhm.
know, the person I'm talking.
Yeah, Laura Long probably.
Yeah, which was great, but I wonder, I do wonder with the niche right now if some people, if it is deterring some people who like, well, I'm not really a perfectionist, and I'm not
Mhm.
really, if I should make it more about just general anxiety right now.
Yeah, I mean, if perfectionism is not the thing that's bringing in the people that you're currently seeing, then I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
delete that word.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
anxious, high achieving folks, like there are plenty of us,
yes.
you know?
And in DC, yes,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. DC is
yeah.
like literally built on anxious, high achieving people.
I know, okay, and, just okay, so, I mean, I'm hearing, and maybe this is more just like reaffirming, I don't need to take a hard left here, like,
Mm-mm.
you know, some of it is trusting. I mean, which I was really getting better at doing until all this happened. But I found myself Googling in a really anxious moment last week, like other jobs. Like,
Mhm.
I not just for the income. I did have a consult call with someone yesterday for supervision. You know,
Mhm.
I'm thinking about adding a page to my website
Mhm.
about supervision. But in terms of like sort of adjacent,
Mhm.
I know you probably have like a training or a talk or something on that, but I'd be curious if you had thoughts on just if things like if people really are hunkering down and not going out of network or just not prioritizing therapy right now. I'd be curious about maybe outside the box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would challenge the premise that people are not prioritizing therapy right
Okay.
now. You've had one person,
Okay.
right? If a quarter of yours have already been laid off or are likely to be laid off, and only one person is left, then that means people are prioritizing counseling.
Okay. 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 So this always comes back to anxiety management.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is for most of us. And I mean, that's business for most business owners.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I know.
so you're in great company.
I know. It's just so ironic, really, towards the end of last year, I consciously said to myself, like, Lisa, you can chill.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then this just feels so
Yeah.
like a tsunami.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it feels scary all over, but
Yeah.
particularly in areas like DC that there's so many federal jobs. It's, it feels different for y'all. I mean, it really does feel
Yeah, that's what I'm meeting
catastrophic.
colleagues in other places. I keep saying, feels like we're first responders right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're having a really reasonable reaction.
Uh-huh.
Like anxiety is a normal reaction to what you're experiencing.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody's probably coming in worse off than they came in mid last year, you
Yeah.
know?
And the thing with me, because I do long-term work, I mean, really, many of the people I see now, I've been seeing, I would say 60% of the people I'm seeing now, I started seeing 3 years ago.
Hmm.
So, maybe it's lesser frequency, but so I don't pay attention to when the phone doesn't ring. But I've
Hmm.
heard from colleagues like, oh, the phone hasn't rung since inauguration.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a slowdown. There is a slowdown, I would say in the last year, actually.
really, really.
Yeah. And I have lots of theories about it. But what we're
Would you
seeing
share?
is,
I love hearing
yeah, I mean, I think big tech, because we know data wise, more people are seeking therapy than ever before, way more than even COVID. Like it's the increase in people seeking therapy is
Mhm.
huge. But I think big tech's in there. I think there are a lot more of us in private practice. I think like us
And
practice
now,
builders
like
have done our job too
non-licensed
well.
people,
Hmm.
like I have a lot of friends taking associates.
Hmm. Yeah. And so, like, that's not a bad thing. It just means that our marketing has to be so much more intentional. And it means that, like, people from your cohort who some people got full within 3 months,
Yeah.
it's taking more like 6 for people now, which is still a really great period of time for starting a business from scratch, but feels really scary to put in that much work and not feel like the results are coming at a reasonable pace.
Mhm, mhm.
So for you, that means your marketing, like doing the things that have worked before, it just needs to be more intentional.
Is what was I gonna say? Someone recommended like doing. I haven't written a blog post in 2.5 years,
Uh-huh.
but someone recommended doing a blog post sort of aimed towards federal workers who still have jobs because that's
Hmm.
also hard.
Yeah, the survivor's guilt.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
exactly.
Hmm.
In doing, I know I should ask, simplified SEO, but just doing a blog post alone without all the optimizing, does that do anything?
It helps people who have already found your site choose you or
Okay,
not choose
okay.
you, but it's not going to get like that.
Okay,
That's not
so
going to be
maybe
found
I
on
can do
Google.
a DIY,
Hmm.
how to like do that. Like I know the concepts. I just don't
Yeah.
know the tech around that. And actually, I thought, because I've had several calls, like people who have tried the BetterHelp.
Hmm.
Like at one point, I wanted to market to refugees.
Of these tech platforms. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think that there are more and more of those folks who are like, this was not what I was looking for. And I mean, it's the platform's fault. It's the therapists are doing their best job. It's just that
Oh, they're so
so many people are being
exploited,
forced
those
on them.
therapists. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
and
okay, to think about, where I'm going to put my energy. And maybe as I get into this local SEO, I'll get back into that SEO mindset
mhm.
of, because Jennifer said Google is still her number one.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I can do that. Yeah, who'd have thought? Well, probably we could have, but yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody last year saw this coming, even after the election results.
No,
I don't think we saw this coming.
no, I have 3 USAID people.
Hmm.
I knew there would be changes, but
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm not giving you a really helpful recording
No,
for
you're good.
you.
It's good. This is,
No,
I
but
mean,
it
it is. It's like, hold
really, I
on.
mean, it really is about staying the course. That's
Hmm.
what I'm hearing.
It is. And I think it's helpful for people listening or watching because they think like we all will hit these moments in business where we're like, the thing I'm doing is not working. It's not working. I need
Yeah,
to do something like I need to go off into left field. Like if you had decided, okay, I'm going to do an alternative stream of income, I'm going to create a course or something, the amount of work you would have to put into that damn course and the amount of marketing you would have to do for that course. If you did even just a fraction of just the marketing part of that work, your practice would be back where you want it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, that's also good because somehow I intuit you and I might have similar personalities.
Uh-huh.
Maybe sort of. Maybe that's why I found you. And then that's the thing, like, oh no, I need to do something. What is so I'm gonna tinker. If nothing else, sometimes I just go in and put a comma in my psychology today.
Hmm.
Like I do because I really don't get any. I just have this potential supervisee, but
Hmm.
maybe just experiment. I'll keep the old text. Just that's an easy, no
Yeah.
cost way to
Hmm.
see what I even thought about starting it, saying something tongue in cheek, like, I know all these profiles look alike.
Hmm.
And that's overwhelming, just to
Yeah.
grab people's attention.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, but rather not to spend major either financial or emotional capital
No.
on. Okay.
You know what works for you.
Yeah,
You built
yeah.
up really well and solidly.
Referrals from clients, which has been to
Hmm.
me,
That's the best.
that's been great.
Hmm.
Okay, I keep saying that one day I'll go back and like see if I can help you be a coach, but I'd have to be what I let's talk in midterms. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So this local SEO, get my thing. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good. Okay.
Yeah. A lot less work than anything else you were probably thinking of. I normally give people so much more work than they were hoping for. And here we are. I'm giving
Yeah,
you
I
less.
mean, honestly, the blog post, do you think that's like,
I mean, if they're paired with SEO, sure.
okay, let me go back and like see if I can figure out how to, and maybe while I'm working with them on the local available, I can pay a little extra to get some blog posts
Hmm.
optimized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
just doing the blog posts on your own, people will have had to have already found your website to even find the blog post. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
usually the purpose of the blog post with SEO is for people to find your website.
Yes,
So,
okay, so I'll look into that. I'll look into that, but
okay.
and maybe just give myself like an hour a week where I think about marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. And to also keep reminding yourself, you're good.
I
Like
know,
financially, you're not in a different place. You lost one client.
I know. Okay. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Okay, thank you,
Of
Allison.
course.
Okay. See you on the interwebs, and you take care with the hurricane and all that too.
Thank you.
Okay,
I appreciate
okay.
it.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.